All this TRP National Motocross action is proudly brought to you by Bridgestone Motorcycle Tyres. Thor Riding Apparel. And their associate sponsors.
Welcome to the second round of the TRP National Motocross Series at Thunder Valley in Maritzburg. The oldest motorsport club in South Africa. We're looking forward to a huge crowd coming out to the National Motocross. The series itself has grown hugely over the last couple of years with fantastic riding from all of our top riders, ranging from the 50cc's right through to the MX1s. Well done to Wyatt Avis and his team on track preparation. They've redesigned much of the circuit and it should make for better racing. And the MX1 class kicks off proceedings. We're on the grid, taking a look at the top riders in South Africa. Championship leader at the moment, Caleb Tennant. Right next to him, Maddie Milan, hometown favourite. Kieran Fitzgerald lines up alongside David Goosen. Welcome back, Ross Branch, to National Motocross. Damon Stradham alongside him, Anthony Reynard. Ryan Angili will be riding a Honda CRF 450. Kerry Koch also on a Honda, and Jade Nashwell down from Zimbabwe. The tension is almost tangible. Our motor marshals have got green flags saying the track is ready. Commentator for today is Greg Maloney.
There's the 15-second board with our Dragon Girls. The 5-second board. They'll move to the sideline. Stand by as those gates drop. Oh, out the gates, here they come. What a start for Branch. No holding back there for Ross Branch as he gets out into turn 1, Bridgestone turn, and down towards Prepsol. Lots of dust out there. Looks like there might have been a little incident in the background, but look at how they've started things out here. Branch ahead of Tennant. Tennant hanging on for the lead and going for it right from the word go there to try and close down on Branch. Behind him comes his teammate, Caleb Tennant. And then the rest of this pack as they come through this Thor turn. Coming up past the start-finish line for the very first time to start the first official lap here. And you can see just how rapid these boys are getting. Up over that big jump right at the top and over that fly section now they come. Absolutely incredible stuff. Right out front though, Ross Branch. The rest of this pack trying to close him down. Tennant, followed by Kieran Fitzgerald, Maddie Milan. Look at how these guys come through. Reynard didn't get quite the start he wanted. David Goosen is in just ahead of him. So Goosen now looking to close down on the KTM and on the two Husqvarnas. Looks like Caleb Tennant looking to close down on Branch as they hit the big Motul tabletop down in Thunder Valley along the river. Oh, it's high-flying action. These boys are holding nothing back to try and get away from each other. But they're not. Branch is under attack, and it's actually Maddie Milan who snuck through there. Maddie Milan looking to get Branch in the air as they go over that massive Thor jump, and it looks like he's got through. He has. So has Tennant. So it's Husqvarna's 1 and 2. The Q4 Fuels machines out front. Then it's Red Bull KTM, third and fourth, I beg your pardon, as they go through there. Look at how these guys are pushing. Amazing stuff. Angili fighting hard there with Damo. Damo on the inside, Stradham trying to get through. Couldn't find a way through on that rut, but he's definitely looking for a chance there on the Granger Racing KTM, and the Honda man is keeping him at bay. Tennant at this stage trying to pull away. Can he do a little bit of a maneuver like we saw in the first couple of heats where he was able to get away from Maddie Milan? Milan wasn't able to match him, but remember, this is Milan's home track. Can he do anything about it? Nice start there from Ashwell, just inside the top 10. So keep an eye on him. Hopefully he can maintain that and stay up there, trying to close down on Ross Branch. Branch seems to have dropped back a little bit there. Unfortunately losing out there as Goosen has also got through. So it looks like the Red Bull KTM man, even though he's making a welcome return yet today, change up for the lead. Oh, let's go to that. And it's Maddie Milan who's hit the front, so he's up ahead of Tennant. Kieran Fitzgerald now into third place. Branch still fighting hard. Oh, this is such a great start to the day's racing here. And all of a sudden, Damon Stradham has got Ashwell in his sights. So the man who's sponsored by a Zimbabwean team trying to close down on the Zimbabwean. Further back there, Cam Odendahl having a super run after crashing out early on. Unfortunately, some issues. Oh, he's had another problem. Odendahl goes off on the side and into the trees. Oh, hopefully that's not going to happen to his cousin, Cam Peterson, this weekend as he goes into Moto America. But Odendahl eventually gets back on, loses out 2-3 positions, I think. Milan is just disappearing at the front end. He is showing the boys around. Welcome to my house, he says. This is how we do it here in Natal. And he's getting away from his teammate. Caleb Tennant will be thinking about maintaining second place and keeping out the attack from Kieran Fitzgerald. Because if he does that, he'll probably maintain that red plate by the end of this first heat anyway. Still got some work to do today, though, that is for sure, particularly if this man is in this kind of mood. Maddie Milan starting to come in amongst the back markers. Is that going to play into the hands there of Caleb Tennant? How far back is he? There he is. Not a long way. Caleb Tennant has made up some ground now, but I think Milan might just be controlling it from the front. Kieran Fitzgerald still in third place, hanging on. Just behind him, though, is Goosen, and Goosen seems to be coming along rapidly. Oh, a little tear off there from the goggles for Matty Milan to have a quick squiz over the side to see how far back his teammate is. Oh, Justin Purdon, unfortunately battling with a little bit of flu here this weekend. Really not up to full fitness, so I think he's going to just try and settle for as many points as he can get, considering the fact that he is not feeling up 100%. Reynard starting to make his way through now as well, but he's still fighting with Ross Branch, so the Cape Town man and Botswana's very best at it, just ahead of Zimbabwe's rookie sensation there, Ashwell. Checkered flag is on standby though, no one's going to catch Milan. He's done it. First race in the bag, and the Q4 Fuels Husqvarna team taking a 1-2 there with Tennant in second place. Fitzgerald finishes up in third, Goosen ahead of Purdon, Reynard, Branch and Ashwell your top 8. Welcome back to action from the second round of the TRP National Motocross Championships in Thunder Valley in Maritzburg. 65cc's are now in the gates as the 15-second board changes to 5-second board in the hands of our Dragon ladies as they head down towards turn 1. Who's going to have the whole shot? Such a competitive category, but with these big ruts starting to form on this track, the 65s are going to have their hands full. These motorcycles literally disappear into the ruts that have formed after the bigger bikes have gone at it. Big time out there. A super start so far from Luca Meinhardt. Neil van der Pfeiffer having a fantastic start. Look where he is. Oh, write it down. Oh, no. Can you believe that? That's Luca Meinhardt. I thought he was going to be able to hang on to the front end there, but unfortunately he got caught out in one of those ruts, went over the side, gets back up again, and he's about 19th or 20th in the pack. A huge mountain to climb now. But just have a look at these youngsters trying to get through here. This section's not so bad, but when they get back closer towards the crowd and closer towards the clubhouse, there are a lot of big ruts that have started to form. And as I was saying, those wheels just disappear into them. 199 is beyond deploy, and he leads things out at this stage, but he's slowly but surely being closed in by Emmanuel Bucko and by a hard-charging White McGregor. Look at Van der Pfeiffer, last year's 50cc champion. It seems like it's only taken 3 races for him to get to grips with this little 65cc. Completely different animal to the 50cc he was on, where he took back-to-back titles. So at the front end, let's see who's going to happen here as they go through EVS. Oh, Van der Pfeiffer is going at it here big time with Bucko, and here comes Meinhardt. Wow, what a recovery there from Luca Meinhardt. He got back up and riding, and that polka dot jersey is now looking for a way to win the King of the Valley, never mind the King of the Mountains. A nice field of riders out here, and all of them are exceptionally close. Oh, there's a rider down in the bottom there. Oh, that could be our lead. I think it is. Yes, it is. Here comes Bucko to take the lead. Emmanuel Bucko going around the outside of Van der Pfeiffer, and I think we've just lost Beyond Deploy. Beyond Deploy going down there, so it's now up to Van der Pfeiffer and Bucko to go at it. And, of course, Meinhardt. Meinhardt looks like he's just gone to the front end. No, he hasn't. He's just in behind. It is so close, and these riders very evenly matched in terms of their skills. Can you believe the skill of this young man, though? Watch out for him in the future. Van der Pfeiffer is definitely becoming a contender, even though he's only had 3 races in the 65cc category. Behind him, though, he has got a hard-charging... Oh, there he is. He's back up and riding. I was going to say, Beyond Deploy, if he gets back, he's going to be pushing hard. And if he can do what Meinhardt was able to do, unfortunately not enough time, though, as the checkered flag comes out and the win goes to Bucko. The win goes to Emmanuel Bucko. Coming through there. Oh, can you believe that? That is out. Oh, that is Beyond Deploy again. Coming to the start-finish line. Deploy goes down. Fortunately, some moms and dads there to help him out, and he'll be back up and hopefully get across the line. Let's have a look at the overall results now from the day. Luca Meinhardt taking it overall ahead of Bucko. Beyond Deploy. Great effort to get up and ride and finish in third place. Van der Pfeiffer in 4th and McGregor in 5th. There you go. Podium and the red plate to Luca Meinhardt. Looking forward to Bloemfontein. Our ladies class lined up with senior support. A big gate of riders going at it here for this first outing down in Thunder Valley. 5-second board is up. They move across to the side, and here we go down towards turn 1. That is Bridgestone turn. Oh, a couple of bikes getting out of shape as they head down there. I think that might have been Amy Sawyer making a welcome return to motocross. You can see the back end of that Kawasaki stepping out. Looks like there might have been a little bit of an issue down at the bottom end of the circuit coming through Prepsol turn as they come through FMF for the first time. On the front end, it's Warwick Oliver who leads things out. Chris Ray just behind him. Rodney Udendal, good start from him. As we see Stephen Graham and Matthew Hills making their way to the front end. It looks like it might be Leah Haygate who's at the front end. I can't see Kayla Roth anywhere though just yet. There she comes, coming through there rapidly on the D-Force team and looking to close things down at the front end. Nice numbers on that one, Warwick Oliver. Might change that one up a little bit. It is Leah Haygate, there you go. And Kayla Roth just behind her. So Kayla Roth with some work to do. Got to catch about 2 riders before she closes in on the lead lady. Third place at this stage in the ladies is Kirsten Lundman. And as the rest of the field comes streaming through here, good to see some new ladies involved there. Jenna Bowling is not one of the new ones, but we've got Karika and Janka Petersen out there as well. And look out for Bianca Prout-Jones. As I mentioned, Amy Sawyer back in action. Didn't see her for a long time. Last time we saw her in action, of course, was in the old Supermoto National Championship days. Now, as we get into the mix here at the front end, Warwick Oliver under a bit of pressure. Leah Haygate still hanging on. Looking further back there, I can't see Kayla Roth. Kayla Roth was in this pack. Roth has gone missing. There's an issue somewhere on track, and I think Kayla Roth might have gone down. That is a big... Oh, problems here for Warwick Oliver as well. He stalls the bike, but remember, he's only riding in the regional category, so he won't be scoring in the nationals. Although with the kind of pace he's got, I think he should step up to nationals. Come on, Warwick Oliver. Get some budget together. Come and play with us in Bloemfontein. It's only just up the road. And speaking of just up the road, Kayla Roth is making up some big roads and inroads into Leah Haygate's lead after going down. Let's see if she can keep it all together now. Warwick Oliver on the Suzuki hanging on. How far back is that second place man as they come through the pro tape? In fact, make it second place lady. It's Haygate. Haygate up in a second place. What a ride from her. Leah's having a fantastic outing so far and leading the boys as they go back up the hill towards 100%. Through the trees, a new little section that they've built here. It's great work that's been done by Wyatt Avis and his team. They really have put an amazing effort into the circuit to get it all sorted out for the Nationals. Complete change up at the bottom end near the river. Now coming in here, this is the 51 of Christopher Ray. He's closing in on Haygate as they come through just one. And Haygate will have to keep her eyes just behind her because if we watch just in the foreground, you can pick up on the maneuvers that are happening there with Kayla Roth. Kayla Roth is slowly but surely catching this pack of riders. They might be slowing each other up ever so slightly, I think, because of the way they've got to try and find the ruts. Change up for second. There you go. Ray into second. Haygate down to third. Here comes Roth. Roth closing in and looking for an opportunity to possibly get onto the top step of the podium. The kind of pace she's got, she might be able to do that. Look at this battle for third, though. Oh, Jenna Bowling on the inside of Kirsten Leitman. And a rider down in the background. One of the senior support riders going down. Making a mistake. Yes, getting blocked past there, unfortunately. But it is a contact sport. So now, let's have a look and see. There's Roth. She's on the back end of Leah. Kayla versus Leah now for the last couple of laps. Can she get past? She's done a huge amount of work to make up the ground she did after crashing out early on in the race. And now looking to squeeze past. Further back in the field, good to see Taryn and Kirsten Hughes as well. And a good recovery there from Jenna Bowling. So Bowling now starting to come in amongst those back markers. 102 going through there. Janka Petersen also having a fantastic ride and fighting hard there with Karika. So the two sisters are very evenly matched. Oh, nice field of lady riders here. 11 of them in total. Kylie Kotzer being one of them. Oh, another rider down. That's a big pity there for the 36. So late in the day, Matthew Hills, our only two-stroke rider, unfortunately goes down. But here's the battle for the lead in the ladies. Kayla looking for a way through. Oh, look at that, stepping it out speedway style as they go through the twin air turn. Warwick Oliver's going to take the win. And here comes Roth. Roth is going to get through in the closing stages. She's made her way up into second place. As they go past, I think that might be Amy Sawyer who's gone down there in the closing stages, but as they come across the line, it's going to be Kayla Roth for the win. And what a recovery there from the D-Force lady to beat out an incredible ride out of Leah Haygate. Overalls for the senior support, Chris Ray taking it ahead of Stephen Graham, and then Zane Seegers, Khalifa Mark, Hamish Harvey, and Rodney Udendal. Good effort from them. In the ladies category, the overalls going out to Leah Haygate, beating Kayla Roth by only a couple of seconds. Janka Petersen, then it was Jenna Bowling, Kirsten Lundman, Amy Sawyer, Kylie Kotzer, and Bianca Prout-Jones. It was a tough day in the saddle for Kayla Roth. Let's catch up with her and find out how it went.
In the second or third corner, I went over the handlebars, but I managed to get up, catch up to first. Had a few little tussles with Leah Haygate, but all went well and got the win in the first heat. Well done to everyone who raced today, and I'd just like to thank all my sponsors. D-Force, Just One, X-Brand, Dunlop, Maxima, Uflex, Factory Racing, Zeta, Fearless, Uflex, and everyone who supports me today. Thank you for everything.
Welcome back to Thunder Valley, just in time for the autograph session as all the Red Bull KTM riders got together and did some great autograph sessions with the crowd and all the youngsters looking to make their way up into that racing team. Standing by is Jim Tarantino to chat to Ross Branch on his welcome return.
Ross, congratulations. We're happy to have you back. I know you had a tough first heat, started off in the lead. How do you feel going forward into the second heat?
It's so good to be back, Jim. I really had a good time in the first heat. It's good to be back on a motocross track. The bike's going unbelievably, I'm really looking forward to heat number 2. We've put in a lot of work in these past couple of months when I've been off, so I'm looking forward to it. We've got to work on a few minor things to change up for the next race to the upcoming Nationals, but we're looking good, we're doing well. So big thank you to all my sponsors. Without them, this wouldn't be possible.
A big thanks to Dr. Jim Tarantino there, our trackside reporter. Standing by in the gates though, 125s and the Brat Pack make their way down to Bridgestone Turn. Who's going to get the whole shot? Could it possibly Justin Sangster? He's in there, looking for a way through. So is Dalton Fenter. Wasmith in there too. Cam McClellan. Great start from McClellan. Remember, he steps up for the first time into 125s this season. And it looks like it's going to be another big banger at the front end as we've got 5 riders all fighting for the lead. Not such a good start coming out of Davin Cocker. He's got some work to do. So has Christian Saliers. AJ Vasaki, also a bit further back there, but also another youngster who's stepping into 125s for the first time. As they come across the start-finish line for the very first time and head into their first official lap, you can see just how tight it is at the front, but it is Sangster getting away from Fenter. Wasmith fighting it out, and look who he's fighting with. They're coming in thick and fast. There are 4 riders on his tail, and make that 5. Because around the outside, I think that was Arnie Simon coming along for the ride too. Sean Mumba and Jonathan Blom a bit further back. Keep an eye on them as they try to make their way to this front end battle, but it's not going to be easy. Not when Sangster's in this kind of mood. He's getting away there from Wasmith. The Lights by Linear man sitting in second place at this stage, and closing him down is Fenter. The CIT racing bike on his tail. There comes a move on the inside. Cam McClellan diving on the inside, making his way up to 4th place. And you can see McClellan is slowly but surely closing in on these top 3. There he comes, over that big pro taper jump, back down into the new section. As they head into the trees, it's a bit of a switchback section here. There's a big left 180 and then a big right 180. Oh! And how's that for a bit of action? Take that if you like it. Jonathan Blom coming side by side with the 24, Mark Carty. Carty looking like he's just been able to get back at him. But how awesome is that? High flying over the massive Motel tabletop down in Thunder Valley. And Sangster getting away from this pack. I don't think anybody's got an answer yet to Justin Sangster. He has literally dominated from the word go. Wasmith has been there or thereabouts. He closes in. As soon as he does, you can see Sangster opens it up again and gets away as they come through Thor. Look at this. Very, very close. And closing in, actually, Wasmith will have to be careful. Fenter is on his tail, and look at how we're going here with McClellan. McClellan trying the inside line and trying to find a way through there, and nearly does. Oh, looks like there's a bit of an issue though with McClellan pulling to the sideline and ripping those goggles off. Looks like he's battling with vision. So that's going to cost him. It's 1 lap to go here for these guys as he drops those goggles. So hopefully he can still hang on for a 4th place. But it's not going to allow him to follow as closely as what he was on the back end of Fenter and Wasmith. Further back in this pack, you can see that battle continuing with Jonathan Blom. Oh, there is just no catching Sangster. At this stage, it's Fenter closing in on Wasmith. Wasmith still in 2nd place. Let's have a look and see as they come across the line. A great effort there from Justin Sangster. Basically, almost flag to flag as he comes through. But here comes the action into the final turn. It's a drag race to the line. Fenter's going to get it. Can you believe that? He beats out Wasmith with a little drag from the final turn. Official overall results, though, it is Justin Sangster ahead of Cam McClellan, then Dalton Fenter, Regan Wasmith down in 4th place, Davin Cocker in 5th. So a big crowd out here this weekend for the 2nd round of TRP National Motocross. A little bit of action to be sorted out on track and some watering to be done. So let's catch up with Caleb Tennant, our MX1 Championship leader.
I was born in Cape Town in 24th of September 1994. My dad actually used to do enduros, so at I think 3 years old he got me a quad. 4 years old got my first PB50, and then from there just escalated to another 21 years of racing so far. I won 4 SA championships. I've spent quite a bit of time in America racing. Unfortunately, a lot of my career has had a lot of injuries. I've spent a lot of time in recovery. Most years I've had some kind of big injury that's put me off for a good couple of months. A lot of shoulder surgeries, collarbones, concussions, so part of the sport. But the last 2 years I've been fully healthy, so it's good to be finally fully back into the racing again. And yeah, the best it's ever been. Normally it's about 6 days a week. I try and be on the bike about 3 days a week, between 2 and 3 days a week. A lot of cycling, running, a lot of gym work. So about 6 times a week, either 1 or 2 sessions a day, depending on what needs to be done and what races are coming up. Honestly, my favourite rider is Ken Roxon, but I take a lot of inspiration from Grant Langston. He's a very close friend of mine. He's helped me a lot over the last few years, and I take a lot of inspiration from him, so he's been a big idol of mine.
Heat 2 of MX1, and if it's anything like the first one, we are in for some massive action now. The Dragon Ladies with the 15-second board, waiting for it to flick round to 5. Listen for those revs. They're about to turn up, and we're going to action. Gates drop, and here they come, down towards turn 1, Bridgestone turn. Who's going to get the whole shot around the outside? Is it Branch again? I think it is. Ross Branch, what a welcome return, but unfortunately through turn 2 in Prepsol, he made a slight mistake, ran wide, and Milan hits the front. Coming through FMF, it's Matty Milan. Ross Branch alongside him. Caleb Tennant didn't get quite the start he wanted. No, in fact, he is nowhere to be seen right now. Keep an eye on him making his way through the field. A little bit of issues there for Tennant, and I think he's got some work to do. There he is. Look at that. Not where he wants to be, but he eventually gets up to third place as they go up over the big jump at the top end of the circuit. That Mayfair gearbox jump there, just hanging on. Branch keeping out. Oh, Branch is back in the lead. Tennant up to third. Here comes Kieran Fitzgerald. Behind Fitzgerald, a hard charge coming out of Goosen and Purdon. And then on their tail, it's Ashwell. Then only Reynard. Good start there from Ryan Angley, and then just behind Damon Stradham starting to make his way side by side there. I think that was with Andrew Wren. Good start from Andrew Wren for the second one. Didn't have a good one in the first, so a nice recovery there from Wren further down on the Yamaha. First and second up and over. Back down towards the top end of the circuit, and you can see as they come through here, hitting that twin air jump. A couple of changes in that pack. David Goosen starting to close in now, looking for a chance to possibly put that Yamaha of his onto the podium. Got some work to do to catch Matty Milan. Matty Milan is in full control at the front end. Branch in second, Caleb Tennant is third. Fourth place at this stage, you can see Purdon fighting with Fitzgerald. Tristan Purdon now, also remember, just having a little bit of issues with some flu and not 100% fit for this weekend. There's Ryan Angley doing a super job, and there comes Damo Stradham. Stradham further back than what he'd like to be. Didn't quite get the start out the gates, but just having a little bit of a battle to get through the field as well. Fighting at this stage with Sharon Moore. He'll be hopefully be able to get up there and into the top 10. Oh, Tennant. A little bit of squirrely stuff. You can see the track has rutted up a lot more now in the second heat. So it makes it a lot more difficult. Look at Tennant using every bit of the track and some more on the outside. Whoa! Through the trees, Tennant out of shape. His teammate half flying through the Motel section and down into Thunder Valley. He hangs on to the lead by a comfortable margin right now. Looking to see who's up in the second place. It could be Branch. Or is it going to be Kieran Fitzgerald? No, Tennant is still ahead in second. In fact, Tennant up to second. He's ahead of Branch. So here comes Purdon. There is Fitzgerald. Top 5, just chopping and changing. A few little changes in that top 5. Ashwell just behind them as they come flying through there. It is the 23 of Reynard, the Lights by Linear Man, not having the outing that he would have liked. Remember, he's already been at the front end of this battle in the first round down in PE. It's Matty Milan, though, looking for a double here on the day. Can he do that? That'll be incredible. What a recovery from him. Tennant looking to make it 1-2 for the team again. Milan is the man in charge, and he's certainly showing everybody how to get around his house. Tennant hanging on for second right now. But keep an eye out on Goosen. Goosen at this stage has just put in one of the hottest laps, and you can see why. He's closing in on his teammate, and in the air goes past Purdon. What a chance and what an opportunity that opened up there, and Purdon has gone back one position. Here you go. Coming across the line, it's going to be Milan. He's going to take the win, but what a ride there from David Goosen. Squeezing out his teammate in the air to get through for third place. Purdon comes through for fourth. It is Jaden Ashwell in fifth place, beating Reynard and Fitzgerald.
Starts were awesome. Got to give it up to the Q4 Fuel, Husqvarna Racing, all my sponsors, Metzler, Fox, just everyone that's behind me. I mean, all these people here, Liqui Moly, FMF, just got to give it up to the whole crew. I mean, my mechanics are working full time. Big shout out to my dad and my mom. They behind me all the way and they never give up on me. Also, big thanks to Bubba and Wyatt for doing the track. The track today is sick. It's a proper motocross track today. So just to everyone behind me, I got all the sponsors here, Broads here, just everyone's here. So I mean, to go 1-1, especially in MX1, we're quite far behind in the points, and I think today we made up some good ground. So yeah, I'm stoked, and couldn't have been a better day. One more to go, MX2.
Join us next week for MX2 action, MX3 action, the 85s and Pro Minis, and of course the 50cc's here from Thunder Valley. All this TRP National Motocross action is proudly brought to you by Bridgestone Motorcycle Tyres. Thor Riding Apparel and their associate sponsors.